This bank was seriously cursed. It got robbed twice in 1 month, but this time, the robbers were anything but ordinary. They weren't a bunch of young, strong guys, but 3 old men in their 80s. The police quickly arrived on the scene and started their investigation. Meanwhile, the old men showed up at a fancy restaurant to spend their loot, not realizing they'd already been identified. Using surveillance footage provided by a supermarket manager, the police compared the suspects' postures and movements and quickly zeroed in on them. They rapidly tracked down the old men and even figured out their motive. They figured that even if they got caught, they could live out their golden years in prison. The 3 weren't the least bit worried because they had perfect alibis. On the day of the robbery, they were all volunteering at a local event. John was at the ticket booth, David was in the haunted house scaring kids, and Jack went to the bathroom after selling cotton candy. Each of them had eyewitnesses, but the cops weren't buying it because the surveillance footage showed that Jack had been in the bathroom for an entire hour. Turns out he had stomach problems, so an hour-long bathroom trip wasn't unusual. But here's what really happened. John swapped hats with another old man at the ticket booth and quietly slipped away. David secretly put on a hoodie and changed his clothes. Nobody recognized him. Jack removed the back panel of the bathroom, opened the back door, and smoothly slipped out. After the 3 met up, they sprang into action. After robbing the bank, Jack took all the tools back to the factory and melted everything down, erasing all traces. They'd done it incredibly cleanly, you could even say flawlessly. But then the police brought in a little girl. She was the only person who'd seen the robbers' watch. The 3 old men immediately tensed up because during the robbery, she'd nearly ripped off David's mask. They tried to stay calm, but the girl recognized them. She looked at David's watch and stopped right in front of him. She told the police,
I don't see him.
What?
He's not here.
The truth was she knew, but she thought David was a good person, so she didn't say a word. The 3 were released due to lack of evidence, and the guy who taught them to rob the bank, he hid the stolen money in a dog crate and handed it to John. They were supposed to split it evenly, but the man didn't take a dime. He just said, taking care of elders is a cultural responsibility. John recognized him. He was the guy from the first bank robbery, but the tattoo on his neck was gone. He said it was a temporary tattoo, just a trick to throw off the police. Just then, a cop suddenly walked into the restaurant. He returned John's wallet, which he'd left at the station, and even crouched down to play with the dog. John froze instantly. If the cop looked up, he'd see millions of dollars hidden in the dog crate. Luckily, the dog bit him and saved the day. In the end, the 3 donated all the money, except for keeping some pension money, and just like that, they lived out the rest of their lives in peace and happiness.